Do you have a toaster of a computer? Do you want frames like your favorite streamer? Well, I got the solution for you. Hi, my name is Zar. Today we're going to be showing you the best settings in Warzone 2. Starting off with graphics, you want to select full screen exclusive, you want to select your monitor, you want to select your GPU, and then screen refresh rate and display resolution should match your monitor's highest capabilities. Mine is 144 and then 1920 by 1080. Dynamic resolution, you want this off. Aspect ratio, you want this automatic. VSync for both, you want off. Custom frame rate limit, I would suggest unlimited if you have a good computer, but custom is the way to go if you want to minimize the amount of GPU strain when you're in the middle of a lobby or inviting your friends. So what you want to do is max out the in-game custom frame rate, that way you're getting the max amount of frame rate, and then limit the menu custom frame rate limit to 60, and then out of focus custom frame rate to 30. That way, if you're alt tabbed or you're just in the menu, your GPU is not going for the highest frames when it's unnecessary. Focus mode, you want this off. And if you have HDR at the bottom as one of the options, you want that off as well. Moving on to quality, you want to set your render resolution to the same thing as your display resolution. You want upscaling to be fidelity, anti-aliasing to be filmic, anti-aliasing quality to be normal, and then video memory scale to be the highest it can go. You may want to lower this if you have a lot less RAM. For texture resolution, you want this low. Texture filter, you want this normal. Nearby level of detail and distant level of detail, you want this high. Clutter draw distance, you want this to be short. Particle quality and particle quality level should be high. Bullet impacts and spray, you could have this on or off depending on what you want. Shader quality, you want this to be low. Tessellation off. Terrain memory max. On-demand texture streaming off. For streaming quality, you want this to be normal. Volumetric quality, you want this to be low. Physics quality, you want this to be off. Water, you want this to be off. For shadow and lighting, you want this section to be all low and off if they give you the option, with the exception of particle lighting. You want particle lighting to stay on normal. For post-processing effects, you want NVIDIA Reflex low latency to be on plus boost, depth of field to be off, both motion blurs to be off, and film grain set to 0. Moving on to view, you want your FOV to be maxed out, you want your ADS FOV to be affected, you want your weapon field of view to be wide, you want your third person FOV to be maxed out, and your vehicle field of view to be wide. For camera, you want your first person camera movement to be the least. Same thing for the third person. For third person ADS transition, this is up to preference. And then default spectator camera, I have that game perspective. Next up, we got interface. There's a couple things I want to go over here. For HUD bounds, you want this to be maxed out. That way you have the most amount of space on your screen as possible. For minimap shape, you want this to be square. And when you scroll down, there's an option called parallax effects. You want this to be off. Next up, we got keyboard and mouse. For this section, it's all preference. I'm not too knowledgeable on DPIs and sensitivities. You just have to play around with it and figure out what works for you. For gameplay, you want crouch behavior to be toggle. For prone behavior, you want this to be go to. Automatic sprint, you want this to be automatic tactical sprint. For tactical sprint behavior, you want this to be single tap sprint. Automatic airborne mantle, you want this to be off. Share, slide, and dive inputs, you want this to be independent. Next, you want to go into movement advanced settings. You want walk behavior to be hold, walk speed to be fast, grounded mantle to be on, automatic ground mantle to be off, and parachute auto deploy off. For combat behaviors, you want aim down sight to be hold, you want equipment behavior to be hold, interact behavior to be press, weapon mount activation to be weapon mount toggle, armor plate behavior, make sure this is on apply all. For keybinds, this is all preference, but I have prone set to control and then crouch slash slide on C. And lastly, for audio, you want your audio mix to be headphone bass boost. This is going to allow you to hear footsteps way louder and overall just be more aware in game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Leave a like if you did, and make sure to follow me on Twitch to know when I go live. Peace out, guys.